everybody. Welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie, Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie, Jessica.
That was really fast.
You said we needed to pick up the pace.
Because you were having conversation. Okay, so let's do another Convincing My Bestie. This is where we convince our bestie to read in a certain genre that they don't always pick for themselves. So it's my turn to convince Mandy. And are you ready?
It's not really a genre, it's a trope.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I meant trope. Sorry. Brain.
Biography, here I come.
Jeez Louise. You know what? Stop. Okay, it is a trope. She's right. Sorry, I'm wrong. So this is where we convince the other to read in a trope that they don't always choose for themselves. So it's my turn to convince Mandy, and I'm going to be convincing you to read Obsessive Hereos, which is something we do choose for ourselves, but
what a hardship.
This one I know is going to be so difficult, but it's something that you don't always look for, and I tend to read a little bit more than you do, but we're going to do it anyway because everybody out there loves it. So we're going to go for it.
Yes.
Sound good?
Obsessive Hereos. Do it.
Yes.
But first, hit that subscribe button, like and comment. Follow us on Instagram for an extra entry. We give away free books. You definitely want to be in our Road to 1K giveaway. The dogs agree. You need to hit that subscribe button, and you can't not listen to the dogs, right?
Right.
Ooh, look at that double negative I had there in my speech. Anyway, comment below, how do you feel about Obsessive Hereos?
And remember, we're obsessed with these books up here for the giveaway. You really want these books.
All right.
So hit the subscribe button. Okay.
Start me off. Book number 1.
Book number 1. I don't think you've read anything by this author. And so I had to really dig down to pull this one out. And so we're going to start off with a little bit lighter and kind of go darker. Okay. So the first one I have for you is Torment Her Mind by Anna Zaires. It's Zaires, just so you know when you're writing that out. So this is about Peter and Sarah. So we've seen Peter in another series. You don't have to have read that other series. At some point in time, I'm going to tell you to read that other series, but for right now, you're good. And he's trying to get revenge on people because of some other stuff that's happened. You don't got to know about it. We find out at the beginning of this book. He's getting revenge. This is somewhat mafia related. It's mafia-ish. And he sees Sarah. Sarah's husband is one of these people he's going to get revenge on, or he wants to get revenge on. So he begins to stalk and torment Sarah because he wants to go after her husband. But as he's stalking and tormenting her, he becomes obsessed with her. And there's something about her that just becomes, he wants her for himself at this point. This is a 3-book series. You just got to read the first one to tell me if you like it enough to keep going. There is audio for it. But that is the premise. This is more of a revenge plot, and she gets caught in the middle of that revenge plot, and that's how the obsession begins. So it's more on the lighter side of the obsession, but because of that revenge plot that he's obsessed with, he becomes obsessed with her. Okay?
Let's see. Okay.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay. Yay. Okay. So the next book that I have for you, you've heard me talk about this one a few times, but I think that you're going to love it. I know a lot of our viewers love it too. This is Real by Katy Evans. So as far as the obsession part, he does get obsessed with her. It's on the lighter end of obsession. So this is about Brooke and our hero, who is Remington Tate. And so Remington is an MMA fighter. He's an underground MMA fighter. And Brooke is a Olympian, or she was in the Olympics. She tore her ACL not once, but twice on camera. There's footage out there. And because she got injured and she couldn't finish doing, what she wanted to do, she has become a sports therapist. And she's just getting out of school, and her bestie says, hey, let's go watch this fight. She's obsessed with this Remington Tate. He is like the cat's meow. And so they decide that they're going to go watch this underground fight. Now, Brooke is watching this fight. Remy comes out and he's beating the crap out of this other guy. He locks eyes with her, and there's just something there immediately. And Brooke doesn't like it. You know, she's into healing bodies, not hurting bodies. And so she gets up and she starts to leave. He knocks the guy out cold, runs through the arena out to where she is, and is like, I need your information. I need to know who you are. And he just instantly starts to become obsessed with her. He finagles it to where she becomes a part of his team, and she travels with them as his sports therapist, and, you know, does his massages and that kind of stuff. And he has these manic highs and these manic lows, and there's a lot of things going on with him, but he becomes obsessed with her. She becomes his world. So there's that one. Very, very, very good. Okay, next.
Oh, the suspense.
I know, this is a bigger one. Filthy by Serena Akeroyd. So this is like almost like a prequel to her 5 Points Mafia series, but it is the first book in her 5 Points Mafia series. I haven't finished it. I kind of got bored after the 4th or 5th book, but this one is always the number one. So this is about Aoife and Finn. So Aoife lives in 5 Points. Finn is a part of the Irish mafia there. He is their money man, and she runs her mother's tea shop. And she's, you know, struggles, but that's what she runs her mother's tea shop. Her mother has passed away. The mafia decides they want the tea shop. They're going to come in, they're going to buy that tea shop. And Aoife's like, no, you're not. So they send Finn in. And when Finn sees her, she is this red-haired, curvy, gorgeous woman, you know, like the perfect Irish package. And that is what he wants. And he is determined to get it no matter what he has to do. And no matter how he has to go about getting Aoife, that is what he's going to do. So you have the mafia man and the Irish, perfect Irish woman who is also a little feisty as well. So I do love Finn and Aoife. And the audio for this is awesome because you get some of that Irish stuff going on there. So, yay! Okay. So there's that one. Then next, we have to find our notes. Okay. So the next I have this one. I really, really, really want you to read this one soon. Shaw by BJ Alpha.
I feel like I just heard about this book.
You think? Okay. So this is about Shaw and Emmy. They meet in Vegas. Emmy is a mafia princess, and she is betrothed to a Bratva guy that she does not want to marry, but she's going to do it because that is what you do when you're in the mafia. And Shaw is a businessman. He runs Storm Enterprises with his best friends. And they see each other in Vegas. They have a one-night stand. She is a virgin, but she does not want to give up her virginity to this guy that she doesn't want to marry, that she's being forced to marry. So she gives it up to Shaw. They don't use names, and she leaves before the morning. A few months later, these guys break into Shaw's office, and they're like, "You knocked up my sister." And he's going, "Who the hell are you?" And that's when he finds out who Emmy is, because they bring her in a few minutes later in her little baby bump, and he realizes that he got her pregnant when they had that one night stand. And they're like, you are going to marry her or you are going to lose X, Y, and Z, and you guys are going to make this work. And by the way, we don't allow infidelity, and our marriages are forever. And so they force them to get married, when in all honesty, it's not taking a lot to force him, because he's obsessed with her. He cannot forget her. He might put on a show of, okay, this isn't going to work, or we're going to do this or whatever, but he's obsessed with his bride. So, you gotta love it. And then we have our next book, which is another one that's on the dark side. This one's definitely on the dark side. Definitely extremely obsessive, because now we're really getting into the darker stuff. But I think you might like this one. So this one is Little Stranger by Lee Rivers. This one is about Malachi and Olivia. Both of them are adopted siblings. They're adopted by different, their birth parents are completely different. They're adopted into the same family, and Olivia is adopted before Malachi. And so the family goes to the airport to pick up Malachi, and Olivia is trying to talk to him. I think he's like a year or two older than her, and he's a year older than her. And she's talking to him, and he keeps making gestures, and she doesn't understand why he's making gestures. I think they're like 6 and 7 at this point. And what he's doing is he's signing to her, and he is signing the word mine, because he's been through so much trauma that he does not understand. Like he can talk, but he is selectively mute, and he does not talk. And so from the minute he is brought into this family, he is obsessed with Olivia, like absolutely obsessed. At one point they're playing a game on the floor, like, Chutes and Ladders or something, and when she wins, he kisses her on the mouth. The parents are like, there's something going on here, we have to start pulling them back. But he has so many psychological issues, plus he's obsessed with her, that he becomes dangerous, and there's all these crazy things that happen. So this is one of those dark, obsessive, crazy heroes that I just absolutely love. So there is that one. And then, is that our 5? That should be 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so our last one. Now, this is the 3rd book in a series, but these can all be read as standalones. But this is Grieved Loss by Adelaide Forrest. This is number 3 in her Blondie Crime Syndicate. This is my favorite in the Blondie Crime Syndicate. This is about Kala. Good gravy, I couldn't say that. Kala, her husband was a crooked cop, and she loses her husband at the beginning of this book. He was working with the mafia, and he dies. And she has 2 little kids. We're talking like toddler, preschool age. And she, for several months, has had a benefactor, this mysterious benefactor that has been giving them money to survive. And then one day, this mysterious benefactor shows up at her door, and he has decided that he is done waiting for her to grieve for her husband. And that is Riker. He is the enforcer of the mob. And he has been obsessed with Kala for years. And when her husband died, he said he would give her a certain amount of time. He said that to his own head, not to her. He would be this mysterious benefactor for a certain amount of time. He would help provide for her for a certain amount of time. But now he's decided that she's done grieving. Now she's going to be his. And so he goes in, he takes her, he takes the kids, and he takes them home. And that's how that book starts out. So he's like, it's enough. Your grieving is over. And so there's that.
Okay.
All right. So there's
questions.
Your 6. Yes.
For Shaw, it's part of a series. Do you have to have read the rest of the series?
It's the 1st book in a series, so you're good.
Oh, okay. And then Grieved Loss, you said, wasn't part of a series. Do you have to read the other ones?
No, I read the 1st one, not the 2nd one, and then I just jumped into this one, which is the 3rd one. You don't have to at all. Nope, they're all standalones.
All of these sound good. I can't decide.
You do this every time. You say this every single time.
I know.
We need to have like the Jeopardy music. Doo-dee doo 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 dee doo.
I kind of want to read Little Stranger.
I kind of want you to read Little Stranger.
Okay. I'm going to do Little Stranger.
I feel like someone needs to be in the sick, twisted, dark stuff with me every once in a while.
Okay. We'll see. Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll be back in a little bit to see if Mandy likes the sick, twisted as much as I do. No kidding. We'll see if she likes this obsession as much as I do. Okay, Mandy. So you finished. How'd you like it?
I finished it. It was a wild ride, but I really enjoyed it. Good. I don't know that it would be like a 5-star, but it was definitely a solid 4, maybe a 4.5, depending on how freaky I'm feeling.
Obviously, I was feeling freaky deaky. So I think part of it too is I love that communication trope where he's
Yes.
deaf, right? Like that had a lot to do with it for me, but also he was crazy. So I loved it. I did.
She's not exactly the most sane person herself.
Hey,
Let's just be honest.
no,
We
she's not.
can't put all the blame on him.
No, but it definitely makes me want to read more by Lee Rivers. She only has a few books out, and I do have one of them actually here that I got this week. So I'm excited for that. Like I want to dive more into her stuff.
Yes.
I think you have to be in the right mindset. You definitely have to check triggers, but it's a crazy ride.
All right.
Okay. All right, guys. So there you have it. Go
All right.
jump on the crazy coaster.
Yes.
Yeah.
So make sure to check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for new videos from us, and let us know who are some of your favorite obsessive heroes. Have you read any of these books? Make sure to comment below, and always hit that subscribe button and make sure to like our videos. We appreciate it.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.